Hello, this is Brooks Whittington with halfwheel.com. Today we're taking a look at a very interesting cutter from Screwpop called the Magpulse. Now, Screwpop you may be familiar with. We've done quite a few reviews of their products on their site, including the punch cutter that opens beer bottles. And then you have the original cutter here that you could put on your keychain. And you have the updated version of that you can put again on your keychain. Now, the Magpulse is a very different design than those, and as you can imagine, it from the name, it actually does include magnets in the design. The magnets are actually neodymium magnets, rare earth magnets, and they're actually built into the actual cutter themselves. As you can see, they're put right there on the edge, on opposing sides, and basically the repel action of the magnets helps to open it when you open the actual cutter itself, and it actually helps when you're cutting it to actually slow down the motion so that you have a little bit more control over the cuts themselves. Now, the Magpulse priced at normally at $149. That actually has an introductory price now on the site for $99. Comes in one color at the moment, black, although there may be more coming. Cuts up to 60 ring gauge, it says. The company says, which I tested and found to be absolutely correct. Very easy to cut 60 ring gauges with it. The guillotine style cutter weighs about 3 ounces, very light. The cutter itself is made of 6061-T6 aluminum and metal, and the blades are made of 420J2 stainless steel. Basically, it means it's not going to fall apart, and the blades are going to be sharp for a very, very long time without re-sharpening them. Now, over about 2 months of use, I found that the cutter itself very unique in terms of how it works. It does have some issues, but the good things first. The blades are very, very sharp. I had no issues at all with cutting actual cigars with them. Did not seem to be dulling at all. The design is excellent and very unique. It's very light in your pocket. You can carry it around very easily and not have any issues whatsoever in terms of that. It's well built, and it's going to last a long time. You can tell just by looking at it and feeling it in your hand. Some bad things about the cutter, there aren't many, but there's one major one, and that is basically how you open the cutter itself. Most people, when they pick up a cutter, they're going to pick it up in the palm of their hand, and they're going to try to open it. They're going to push this open to give their palm will give it more stability, trying to push against it. The problem is that if any part of your hand or finger actually touches the side of this while it's trying to open, it will stop the process itself immediately. And it could be a very small part or a very large part that you're trying in terms of what's touching that. It doesn't make any difference at all. It will stop it. The only way that you can do this and actually consistently open it without any problems is to hold it between 2 fingers like this and push open. Once you do that, it opens every single time without any issue at all. They see my finger here the bottom was actually touching it just a little bit. You can't have any part of it touch. You have to push open every time. Once you do that, I found that the thumb and the pointer finger index, actually, if you use those two and push it together, it opens up every single time. No problems at all. Once you get used to that, the process is easy and is very, very simple to use. All right, let's cut some cigars. So, as I said, the magnets in the actual design repel each other, which allows you to open this thing with a click, you can easily open it and close it. The closing action is a little tougher, but it is definitely easy to do with one hand. So you pick it up. It's a guillotine cutter. You basically just open. Whoops! See, I had a little piece there that was not free of the mechanism. Open it up, put it through, and you can easily, this is a 42, easily cut there. It's a nice cut there, easy as pie. I did have some peaks and valleys on a few of these different cigars that I cut with, but nothing that's ever going to show up when you're actually smoking a cigar. It's just a very minor physical thing that you can run into. Let's do a torpedo. Open it up. You can do a Dickman cut on this, and you can easily cut that, as you can see. A nice, clean, easy cut. Very few busted caps, if any at all, that I had during my 2 months. Maybe one or two. Certainly, probably my fault more than the cutters, honestly. And let's try a bigger one. So I got a 58 ring gauge here. Easy to open, easy to use in one hand. You take it and cut it right off. There you go. There's a little bit of that peak, like I was saying, just a little bit there. But it's easy to get rid of. You can easily just go back and punch it again. Nice and clean. Easy as pie. You can keep going down even. I certainly tried a couple of times when I just basically took a little bit off every time. And you can see it's very clean. So, in the end, is the Magpulse worth the money? In my opinion, yes, it is. Very well designed, very easy to use once you get used to it, opening it. Very clean cuts, very sharp blades. The price is an issue, and getting used to opening it is an issue, but both of those, the opening at least, is easy to get around once you do it a couple of times. The price, there are a lot of good cutters at $100. This one is designed differently and uses different technology. I think it's worth it. You decide for yourself. For halfwheel.com, this is Brooks Whittington. We check out reviews of cigar cutters, news, and anything cigar related at halfwheel.com.